Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I've got the latest DS action diver from Certina. This is a really cool diver from the Swatch group at the affordable price point. It retails for about $895, but regularly sells between $500 and $600, depending on if you go used or if you go gray market. Now, I really wanted to get my hands on a DS action diver. The outgoing generation I always thought was an attractive watch, and Certina has updated it. And this is the latest version. I have the green or the minty color, which I think looks really beautiful with the red seconds hand. I really like the color layout. And I'm excited to share it with you guys today. So let's begin by placing some dimensions here on the screen so you guys can see the size of this sport piece. It's pretty hefty, it's pretty weighty, and it definitely feels every bit of its dimensions. And I think on wrist it has a really nice presence, a really nice weight about it. And it almost feels top heavy, like it wants to slide around on the wrist if you don't have it tight enough. And I really like that you can feel every inch of the stainless steel that Certina provides. And I think the details look good too. Let's go in on a macro level and take a look at this reflective green dial. You can see nice colors here, nice printing, and very sharp applied markers, very, very nicely polished with white lume. Now, the thing about this is it looks like they're deep filled, but I don't believe that's the case. Just by looking at this on this level of magnification, I believe they're just printed on top of metallic, of the metallic applied markers. So they're not going to have the deep luminescence that you would expect when you look at this thing zoomed out. So let's do that now. Let's drop in a lume shot. You guys can see that Certina is using Superluminova BGW9 with the exception of the lume pip, which is C3. And it looks decent, but it doesn't last very long. So if those markers were deep filled, I think that this would have a much nicer feel in low light, but I'm a little disappointed in the luminescence. And so that's kind of the big negative in my eye with this watch. Now, zooming back out, let's talk about the movement. This is the ETA C07.111, which is basically 2824 that they modify. They call it the Powermatic 80, so it has a free-sprung balance wheel, which I really like. They have a long power reserve of 80 hours, which is impressive, and then a lower beat frequency of 3 Hertz, so that seconds hand ticks 6 times in between each second on the dial. I like the movement, and this one has been running very accurately, about 3 or 4 seconds fast per day, which is inside the realms of COSC tolerances, so that's pretty cool. For a watch that costs well under $1,000 to get a free-sprung balance and to get nice accuracy is always a nice, it's just always a nice thing as a watch fan to see. Now let me show you the bracelet here. We have an oyster style bracelet with a twin trigger deployant clasp with polished edges here. That looks really good. And then what I really like is a ratcheting extension. Now this concept is nothing new. I think possibly it was Citizen was the first brand to kind of do it like this. Many micro brands operate it with like this manner. But the thing that I like about this one is Certina has really thinned it up. So it just, I don't know, it's not cumbersome, it's not too big. I think that actually the clasp is one of the highlights of this piece. Now let me also show you the case back here. We have a very pleasant metallic case back. Most of it's polished, and you can see a really nice turtle there in the middle, the icon for this brand. And they also say it's ISO 6425 rated, which is pretty cool. So if you do recreational scuba diving, this watch would be an appropriate watch to take with you on those types of experiences. Now, what do I think of the negative aspects of this watch? I kind of mentioned it, the lume is the big letdown. If you're going to do a nice diver, especially one that's this nice, you really want to have good lume. So that's really the main thing. But other than that, it's a solid watch for the price. I don't think anyone out there has really taken hold of, the $500 or $600 price point when it comes to Swiss divers. I think there are a lot of pretty good options out there, but no one's really the clear-cut leader. And I just feel like this Certina kind of follows suit. Like it's good, but it's not, you know, outright the best watch you could buy at the price point, if that makes sense. So I've enjoyed my time with it. I like the sapphire crystal, I like the AR reflection or the anti-reflection treatment on the underside of the crystal. I like the case finishing, really like that clasp, like the weight, like everything about it, but it does have a couple letdowns that just keep it from being the go-to watch at that price category. So anyways, those are my thoughts. Big shout out to Jack for lending this one in. I'm going to put a link to his YouTube channel. You guys can check it out and subscribe to him. And let me know if you have any questions. Please reach out to me in the comments or via email. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.